We live in a world obsessed with winning. We are taught from childhood that success means being first, having more money, more power, more recognition. Losers? They are the ones who get left behind. But what if I told you that being a loser might be the key to true freedom? Imagine this. You lose a job, a relationship, an opportunity. You feel like you've failed. Society looks down on you. But what if losing is actually what sets you free? Epictetus knew this truth better than anyone. Born into slavery, he had no wealth, no status, not even ownership over his own body. And yet, despite losing everything society deems valuable, he became one of the greatest philosophers of all time. His secret? He realized that true power doesn't come from winning, it comes from mastering yourself. So the real question is, are you strong enough to lose? Or are you still a slave to the illusion of winning? The prison of always trying to win. Most people fear losing more than anything. Why? Because we've been conditioned to believe that our worth is tied to our achievements. If you don't get the promotion, you're a failure. If your business collapses, you're a failure. If someone rejects you, you're a failure. But Epictetus offers a completely different perspective. You can be the most successful person in the world and still be a slave. And you can lose everything and still be free. Because true imprisonment isn't about chains, it's about attachment to things outside your control. Think about it. A man obsessed with keeping his fortune is terrified of losing it. A person who craves approval lives in constant anxiety. Someone who defines themselves by success is enslaved by their own ambition. They aren't winning, they're just trapped in a different kind of prison. Epictetus teaches us that the only way to be truly free is to detach from things you cannot control. To accept that loss is a part of life. And when you no longer fear losing, you become unstoppable. Why losing can make you invincible. At first this might sound ridiculous. How can losing make you stronger? How can failure be an advantage? The answer lies in a paradox. The more you fear loss, the weaker you become. But the moment you embrace it, you become invincible. Think of a powerful emperor. He rules over vast lands, but he is constantly afraid of rebellion, betrayal, war. He is rich, yet he lives in fear every day. Is he truly powerful? Or is he a prisoner of his own success? Now picture a beggar. He has nothing to lose. No wealth, no status, no expectations. He is not afraid of losing because he has already lost everything. And in that, he is freer than the emperor. This is the mindset Epictetus embraced. You cannot hurt a man who does not fear loss. You cannot enslave someone who has already let go. This is the paradox of freedom through losing. The moment you accept loss, you strip the world of its power over you. No rejection, no failure, no setback can break you, because you are no longer playing the game. The 3 pillars of the invincible mindset. So how do you cultivate this unshakable mindset? How do you free yourself from the fear of losing? Epictetus lays out 3 fundamental principles that, if followed, will make you immune to failure. Master what you can control, accept what you can't. The biggest mistake people make is wasting energy on things they cannot change. You can't control what people think of you, but you can control your actions. You can't prevent bad things from happening, but you can control your response. You can't guarantee success, but you can control how much effort you put in. Epictetus believed that freedom begins the moment you stop fighting reality. If you truly embrace this, no setback will ever break you. Redefine losing. We fear losing because we think it means failure. But what if that's the wrong way to look at it? If you lose a job but gain self-awareness, did you really lose? If a relationship ends but you grow from the pain, was it really a failure? If you fail at something but become wiser, was it truly a loss? Epictetus teaches us that true failure is not learning. As long as you grow, you are never truly losing. Let go of external validation. Most people live for approval. They want to be respected, admired, praised. But this need for validation is a trap. If you depend on others' opinions, you give them power over you. If you measure your worth by your status, you are a prisoner of status. If you seek happiness in external success, you will always be chasing something outside yourself. True freedom comes when you stop needing validation. When you live according to your own principles without fear of judgment, you are no longer controlled by the world. The power of detachment, freedom through indifference. At the core of Epictetus' philosophy lies a truth most people refuse to accept. Control is an illusion. You don't control your reputation. You don't control what people say about you. You don't even control your own body. One accident, one illness, and everything changes. So why do we waste so much energy fighting reality? Why do we argue, struggle, and obsess over things beyond our reach? Epictetus believed that true power comes not from control, but from detachment, from realizing that most of life is outside your hands. He called it the art of letting go, not in weakness but in supreme strength. Imagine if insults no longer affected you. Imagine if failure didn't scare you. Imagine if loss didn't break you. That's the power of detachment. And here's the paradox. The less you grasp for things, the more at peace you become. The less you need external validation, the more self-sufficient you are. The less you fear losing, the freer you become. People will call you indifferent. They'll say you don't care. But the truth is, you care differently, not about the temporary but about the eternal. Not about what's outside you but about what's within you. And that is the mindset of the truly free. Because when you stop attaching your worth to outcomes, to opinions, to fleeting successes, you unlock a peace that cannot be shaken. You become untouchable. No praise can inflate you, no criticism can deflate you. And in that space of inner stillness, true strength is born. So now you have a choice. You can continue chasing things that control you. Money, status, approval, all the things that keep people trapped. Or you can step away from the illusion. You can let go. Accept that loss is not something to fear but something that can set you free. Epictetus left us with a question that defines this entire philosophy. What is truly yours? What can never be taken away? The answer is simple: your mind, your character, your response to life. Everything else? It was never yours to keep. Most people live their lives trapped, chasing success, fearing failure, and being controlled by things they can't even see. But here we uncover the truths that set you free. If you're ready to think differently, to challenge what society calls winning, and to master your own mind, then subscribe now. This channel isn't about empty motivation. It's about real power, the kind that can't be taken from you. So hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join a community that seeks wisdom over illusions. Like this video if it made you rethink success. Comment below, what's one thing you've been afraid to lose? And share this with someone who needs to hear it. Because the moment you stop fearing loss, you start living on your own terms.